You're watching Training Camp with Adam Marburger, exclusively on CBT News.
Welcome to another episode of Training Camp exclusively on CBT News. I'm your host, Adam Marburger. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a black belt in automotive. And this show's designed to help automotive professionals grow professionally and personally to ultimately get their black belt. Today's episode, I've got a powerhouse dealer friend of mine, Jeremy Soileau from Louisiana, brother. Thanks for coming in. Is this your first time here actually in the studio?
First time here, man. Thank you so much for having me out. Yeah.
So this
I'm excited.
I hear it's been a while actually. I don't know the last time we talked.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's your fault or my fault, but let's get to it. What's going on at Bolton? What's new down south? Any new developments? Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. We've grown this year. We had our recent acquisition about 4 months ago. We acquired the Volkswagen store about 2 miles down the road from our Ford store, right there in Lake Charles. So we're pretty excited about the opportunity there.
Heck yeah. How long were you looking at that deal before it happened?
It was a unique situation on how it came about. We won a trip with Hyundai. Out of the country, and while there, we were able to end up having a conversation with the guy that actually owned the store. Never have met him. He was from Mississippi. Didn't know who he was. Just started sparked up a conversation, and next thing you know, hey man, I have this store. It's closer to you. If you ever have any interest in acquiring it, just let me know. So me and my partner King Bolton started talking about it and tossed it around a little bit, and then realized it was a good opportunity for us. Being that, especially the model line that they have, the price point that they have compared to the Ford, we felt like it would be a very good fit for not only our organization, but us as for the community, with our name and our processes and our people being in that store. Felt like it would be a real good fit. So it's doing well.
So are you putting a lot of your energy and effort in that store? Is that where you calling home base for you right now?
I'm really about to, come October, I'm going to actually make that my home base. I'm going to house myself out of that store. But overall, we have a good team, and we were able to move some people from some of our other stores that's been with the organization for quite some time. We were able to put them in that store and put our processes and obviously our people and get things moving, cut the ball rolling. It's going good.
Well, congrats on the acquisition. That's always fun. So
it's good.
Let's talk automotive. So let's just get right into it. So this business is ever changing, as we know. Over the last 5 years, what are some expectations of the retail customer that might have changed a little bit? What are some things that maybe they expected 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that today is completely unacceptable?
Yeah, I think today, especially now after COVID, they prefer to deal full transparency. They want maybe to not do the deal in-house, where we can bring the car to them, have all the paperwork signed digitally. I think we had to fast track ourselves to get to that point. We've adapted very well with technology. We added some new technology over the last few years to help us be able to make the transaction for the customer smoother. So I think that was the biggest step that we had to really fast track ourselves to.
If you don't mind, what was that technology?
So we added quite a few new points of technology in our store. We have 4 locations. We have 3 out of the 4 locations, just because of the acquisition of Volkswagen, are on Techion for our DMS. We were the largest Ford dealership in the country to get on with them early on. So we've been with them, I believe, going on 4 years now, maybe 3.5 years with Techion. And then we added Drive Centric, which has been an absolute game changer.
Love those guys.
Absolute game changer. Those guys are great. The system, the technology is amazing. And then we recently added VinQ. From inventory perspective,
he's a heck of a guy.
Great company. Again, the technology is amazing, and I think it's helping us, with the transaction with the consumer to make it smoother, more transparent. We love the new technology. We embrace technology. So
I love that. I love it. So this show's kind of designed, to share best practices. So I'm gonna, I hope you're okay with sharing with your competitors and fellow dealers.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna ask you a question. It's about sharing, baby.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring. So, what is a change you made in your stores, maybe over the last year, that's helped you not just in profitability, but in customer satisfaction? What's something that you've done that you could share with the dealer world out there?
Yeah, it took us some time to make this decision and to go all in, not dip our toe in the water, but that was pickup and delivery and mobile service at the Ford store specifically. We wanted to give a customer a different experience. And when Ford rolled out this plan of pickup and delivery and mobile service, we had already did a little bit of pickup and delivery. We were already dabbling in that ourselves without being paid for it. But to date, we're the number 2 pickup and delivery dealer in the United States for Ford right now.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and we really embraced the fact that we seen an opportunity that we felt like we can give a customer a better experience without coming into the dealership, inconveniencing them in coming in, wait times and all that good stuff to get to the point where we're at today. And right now we're doing about 700 transactions per month. It's brought in about $500,000 so far this year in gross.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been incredible without adding a new infrastructure or anything like that. It's been an absolute game changer. What has also happened is our CSI has increased. Our CSI is off the charts right now. We just won the President's Award.
Congrats.
That has a lot to do with that.
Congrats.
So a lot of good things moving there. But I think that's the 2 components that I think every dealer probably should consider implementing into their store, even if it's just pickup and delivery without acquiring a mobile service van. But it gives the customer definitely a different outlook on your dealership and their experience at the dealership.
I love that. So let's talk about kind of the other side of the pickup delivery. Let's talk about digital retailing just for a second. I'm going to kind of sidetrack to a different direction.
Yeah.
Are you doing how dialed in are you guys with the offsite deliveries? Are you guys?
Yeah, so we'll deliver anywhere in the United States.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not afraid to load up a vehicle and get it to the customer. We have seen, as far as the whole digital retail process online, we haven't seen too many transactions that actually started online and finished the complete transaction online without getting a human interaction with it. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's one thing too. It's like from I'm a recovering F&I manager.
Yeah.
So when we think of out deliveries, remote deliveries, you're not seeing the customer. Ooh, profits are going to go down. But I've got one store that's running a 70% service contract penetration, and they do 100% out deliveries. There's no customer that ever comes into the dealership.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's very, very impressive.
Yeah.
This guy's a unicorn. He really is. So, well, that's good stuff. So let me ask you, you're a leader. You got a lot of employees. How do you keep your team aligned with your vision of customer satisfaction and loyalty?
Yeah, I have a thing in the dealership I call the Ritz Carlton effect.
Okay.
It was an experience that I personally had in my life. The first time I've ever was able to visit a Ritz Carlton hotel, and it was actually for NADA Academy in Tysons Corner, Virginia. Okay. And the effect that made on me, I actually took those things that happened there and brought it into the dealership. And we really pay attention to the small details now, whereas before, I think it was more of a transaction. But now I feel like we really pay attention to the small stuff that makes a bigger impact for the customer. What that has done to the morale of the dealership is that they know when they're going into negotiations or whatever for the customer that we're going to put the customer first. We're going to put them first to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward and being as transparent as we can to make that core deal happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So I'm going to get a little personal with you.
Yeah.
All right? Because I've found that almost all super achievers have something in common. We invest in ourselves, and we have non-negotiables, we have structure, and typically we start our day with a great morning routine. So share with the world, like what gets Jeremy up in the morning? How do you stay focused? How do you stay grounded? What is that morning, if you don't mind sharing that, what does that look like?
Yeah, my morning routine is pretty standard. It's a 5 o'clock morning. I get up, and one of the things I pride myself on is I have two boys. One's a senior in high school, one's a 7th grader. And I get up every morning with them. I make sure I'm there for them in the morning, fixing their breakfast, getting them off to school, and then I go about my day from there. But I pride myself on that. as something that as long as I'm not traveling, that's a non-negotiable for me. That's what I do. Yeah. It's my time that I get to spend with them without having too many distractions. Once we get to the dealership, one of the things that we have amongst all of our stores is we have 15-minute meetings. So our service, I think this is one of the best things that we've implemented over the last several years, is our service team, our whole fixed ops team has a 15-minute meeting in the morning to discuss what they have going on. This allows anyone that's in that meeting to talk about, hey man, I'm gonna need this part to get this truck done. Hey, did you follow up with this customer? Or the customer may have already called or called late the evening before, where we can talk to the technician and say, hey, we need to prioritize this vehicle to get out first thing this morning. So we have those, we're open to have those communications now, and we do 15-minute tradings every day with our sales team. So whether it's doing a walk around on a trade, negotiate numbers, or doing a presentation, we're doing something for 15 minutes with our team, and we find like it keeps the interaction, keeps the culture going, keeps the energy there, and it keeps full transparency. We're open about how we operate the store. We don't hold anything back from our team.
I love that.
Yeah.
You brought up your boys a second ago. And do you see them in the future in the family business? Are they future savants like their father?
Yeah. So my oldest son, he a good possibility he may venture into the business later. He decided he's going to go to college. He's going to play a little baseball, and he's going to get a finance degree. Yeah. My youngest son will tell you if he's not going to go to college to play any kind of sport, he's selling cars.
I love it.
He loves it. He loves the car business. He's a salesman now. Like he enjoys the business. He enjoys talking to people. So right now his pathway, he's going to follow in my footsteps.
I love that.
So it's awesome. It's a good feeling.
That's real cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
You've said something a few times, so I'm going to piggyback off of the word that you've said multiple times: transparency. What do you think the biggest gap in our industry is when in the world of transparency? Obviously, you're doing things, you're over transparent, but talking to other dealers and seeing what you see in the marketplace, where do you think that biggest gap is?
Yeah, man, I really think, Adam, that we probably overcomplicate things sometimes. We overthink some of the processes. Right now with transparency, a lot of dealers, it's the race to the bottom right now.
Yeah.
And so what we do is, as dealers, we try to look for ways to find other avenues or revenues to come into the dealership. But we don't have to, we can be transparent about those things. Yep. We have those tangible items that we can offer the customer to purchase. That is needed. It could be accessories. Are we doing a good enough job of making sure that they understand that we sell floor mats, that we sell running boards, that we bed liners or whatnot to bring in those, generate those extra dollars instead of, doing the add-ons and the addendums. We don't do much of that where we're at. Wow. We're very transparent with the customers. We don't sell them anything that they can't touch or feel.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, you guys just had a newest acquisition, which is awesome. What does the future look like for Bolton? I mean, you seem like you're never sitting still, right? You're always doing something. All right. So what 10 years down the road, what's the organization look like in your vision?
We want to continue to grow. I think our growth pattern has probably shifted and changed a little bit. As we continue to grow, we realize you got to have the talent to be able to go in there and acquire a store, especially if it's a good ways away from where we're located now. You got to have some the talent that's going to either fill in those voids and the shoes that needs to be successful in those stores. So when we're looking at these stores now and the opportunities that we do have, we want to make sure that someone from our organization now that understands who we are, how we operate, our culture, our mission, our visions, all that stuff, that we can take that person and put them into a dealership and give them an opportunity to grow.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So I got one final question for you here.
Yeah.
All right. So having the worst day ever, everything's going to crap. What song would you pick to hit a reset button? Just pick a song that you would hit a reset button that'll get you in a good place.
Man, I don't know if there's a specific song, but most people would never know this about me. But I really enjoy listening to electric violinists.
Okay.
Yeah, so it puts me in a mood. But if I'm not gonna kind of listen to that, it kind of puts me in this calm mood. It may be like Teddy Swims or Chris Stapleton or something
Okay.
like that with a little energy. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. When I'm in my office, thank God, I'm going to be in my office a couple days next week. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to let you know, because, here's the one thing too. We all have to have, life's not perfect. There's curveballs that throw it. You got to have that thing that kind of gets us center, and music's good for that.
It is good. A lot of times I drive in silence. I'm busy most of the day. I have a lot of things going on. The phone rings nonstop. So when I do get that moment, I could have the best day or the worst day. Sometimes that silence just kind of re-energizes me.
Yeah. So, as always, it's so fun chatting up with you,
it was
brother.
awesome.
I'm so glad
Appreciate
that you
you,
made
man.
the trip
Thank
here to
you.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This was a great interview. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Training Camp exclusively on CBT News. Remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. We got to take action. Training is just not something that we did. It's something that we must do, and we must do it on a continuous basis. Final note here. Fights aren't won. They're not won in the ring. They're not won in the cage. They're won in training camp. Let's get to work, y'all.
Thanks for watching Training Camp with Adam Marburger, exclusively on CBT News.